Dezhi, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. First, I have a personal thing to ask.
Uh-oh.
I received this letter from UNRWA USA. Said your donations to Gaza are under attack. Basically, it tells the lawsuits we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and they are asking for the donation for the USA's legal fund. So I'm just curious. Can you clarify whether UNRWA would allocate some of the donations to this, what they call legal fund, to fight the legal case?
I think that question should be asked of UNRWA USA, which is independent from the Secretariat. So I can't speak to what they're sending you.
You know, this question will go to this briefing about the Trump assassination attempt. I'm not going to ask that because we know that Secretary General has already put out the statement. For the past few years, we saw Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister Robert Fico, and now former President Donald Trump. How does the Secretary General seen this kind of political violence on the rising for the past few years?
I think what it shows is that very few countries are immune to political violence. And I think what we have seen in recent years is not only the more visible attacks that you've mentioned, whether the one on former President Trump or the others that we have seen, but I think all of you are pretty plugged into what is being said on social media. We've seen a rise in rhetorical violence, verbal violence, and in many countries, you see legislators and local elected officials also reporting a level of personal threat and personal violence, which is extremely worrying for any democracy or, frankly, for any country.
And one last question, also concerning this, the news. New York Post, in the beginning of their coverage, they said the shooter identified as a Chinese man. Actually, which is wrong. They posted that online for a couple of hours. It might be an error, but how do you think this could also, like before the more clear version of this report came out, how would this impact, different people?
Look, I think I was a journalist many years ago. Thankfully, not in the day and age of Twitter and social media. And I think journalists have a responsibility on breaking news to ensure that the reporting is fact-based. And we also saw, I think over the last 48 hours, a huge amount also of disinformation, in which social media companies, as in any case of disinformation, have a responsibility.